You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast, delivering the knowledge in all things fitness business. We help gym owners win. Here are your hosts, Tim Lyons and Randy Exton.
All right, welcome to Built to Grow podcast. I am your host, Tim Lyons, and I'm here joined as always by my co-host, Randy, the tyrant of transparency. I'm getting good. Angston, the tyrant of transparency. So a tyrant is technically a ruler that rules by, I think, force a little bit.
Yeah,
like
I'd
a
say
tyrant.
like a Caligula or something.
So I have to come up with these unique names, but he's the tyrant of transparency because you are all about transparency.
Authenticity and transparency is things that I practice every day.
Every day.
It helps fight an ego.
True.
You know, we live in a world where people are driven by ego. It's all about what feels good, what makes us feel good.
Yeah.
I try to live, at the end of the day, for others.
Or what makes you look good online.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
that could be another episode.
Which is not transparency most of the time. So, hey, great episode today. Today, this topic that we're going to talk about today scales well past any gym business. This is, in fact, an entrepreneur or any business that has competition, which is most likely, unless you're running some unique thing that nobody else does, you're going to have some competition. And when it comes to gyms right now, I can't think of anybody that we've talked to that doesn't have some type of competition.
I mean, we've taken calls from the most rural of areas, and everybody's got some sort of competition. That's for sure. Especially
in this day and age. So I'm going to start with a quick story. I just had a call literally this week with a gym owner. It was a CrossFit owner in Louisiana, which was really cool because his gym was 30 minutes from the college that I went to in Monroe, Louisiana. In fact, I had a good friend, Selby Brown, who went to school in Louisiana Tech, which this was in Ruston. So if you're in Ruston, I'm talking about you guys.
A little shout out, yeah.
Yeah, shout out. Great town, small town, but good people, and I really enjoyed Louisiana. But he gave me a call, and really he's facing some stiff competition. And being in the CrossFit, the name CrossFit, it's really hard to stand out from the rest of the CrossFits in the area because what does everybody offer in a CrossFit?
CrossFit.
CrossFit
is the answer.
Yeah. And so when we got to talking, apparently there's 3 CrossFits in town, and really what he was like the middle price guy. And we got to talking, there's really no strategic advantage of being the second lowest in the market.
Right?
On
the totem pole?
Yeah, second lowest in the market. There's no strategic advantage because if you're not the lowest guy and you're not the highest guy, what are you? You're just kind of in no man's land. And so it brought up a great point that we really know a lot about because some of the things that we were going through early on in 15 and 16 in the marketing game is that, and that's how do you set yourself apart when you guys are all offering the same thing? So think about the fitness industry today, or at least in the brick and mortar personal training style gyms. You've got your services are going to be pretty much the same across the board. You offer fitness, you offer sometimes nutrition, you offer some type of accountability, and those are the 3 things that you offer. And a lot of times you lead with that, like, hey, here I am. I'm doing fitness in my facility, and I'm doing nutrition in my facility, and I'm going to hold you accountable in my facility. And that's the message you're putting out into the marketplace. But the guy across the street from you is saying what?
I've got fitness, nutrition, and accountability.
Yeah. So if everybody's offering the same thing and everybody's offering the same message to the marketplace, the consumer that sees all the different options in the marketplace sees that everybody's offering fitness, nutrition, and accountability for me to lose weight. What's the next logical step? I'm going to go to the cheapest location.
Yep, they're shopping price.
Right. So if everybody's offering the same solution, well, I better get the same solution for the cheapest price. And that leads you down pretty what is that? A slide to the bottom, right? It's a race to the bottom. Well, they're 149. Well, we're going to be 129.
Yeah, you're price gouging each other, and then nobody makes money.
Now everybody goes over here to this 129 guy, and then we better go to 99. and then we go to 79.
And that's how 1999 memberships exist.
Right, exactly. So, and if you think about the big box gyms, it's the same thing. We offer a place to work out. So if you offer a place to work out and you offer a place to work out and you're not really offering anything other than services, I'm going to go to the $9.99 guy.
Yeah, I mean, from a consumer standpoint, if I like to think of the consumer in the marketplace as not, I don't want to say unintelligent, but like a level playing field. Mm-hmm. It's our responsibility to bring 100% of the information to them and not leave anything on their plate in order to go figure out about us. And so if you look at your marketing and the gym across the street and that's all you offer, the only thing they have to shop on is value, is price.
Is price.
And so you have to bring something different. You have to. So
we're gonna teach you guys how to position yourself to a way that you will not have competition. In fact, you remove all the competition. That's what we're going to talk about today. And again, this is not just fitness. Mm-hmm. This is any business when you have competition. So let's talk about it. So CrossFit, right? So at CrossFit, they all offer the word CrossFit, and that's what they do at your facility. And then in the standard, in the brick and mortar training facility, it's fitness, nutrition, and accountability. So what is it that you can do that will make this different? So it takes us back a couple years, but we met a guy named Todd Brown. So Todd Brown's a really good marketing brain. Okay, so we ended up flying out to West Palm Beach, Florida, and spent a day with Todd. So it was you, me, and Tim Sr. We sat in a room. We bought Todd's time for the day, and then had his team in there, and we got to talking about marketing, and we got to talking about something that he likes to. He's kind of coined the big idea or the unique mechanism for change. And the really easiest way to put this is, what is the reason why it's going to be different this time for the consumer? I haven't been able to lose weight at all these other places, but why is it going to be different at your place? Right? So that's pretty powerful.
It's very powerful.
Right? So finally, I can get results. Okay, so we went through all this thing. We had to come up with, things that were hot in the market, and even it's still hot today. But one of them was high intensity interval training, metabolic conditioning, EPOC, post exercise oxygen consumption, and burning calories up to 72 hours post. When we told Todd that, he's like, "Well, that's it. And I'm like, well, everybody's offering that. That's kind of what interval training and
it's the benefit of it, right?
But that's what everybody's. But he goes, but are they calling it that, Tim?
Exactly.
What are they calling it? They're calling it fitness. They're not calling it metabolic conditioning. They're not calling it, high intensity interval training and educating the whole market.
Something unique and proprietary.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. So what you offer at your facility needs to be unique to your facility. If you offer fitness, the other guy offers the word fitness. Even if you're doing two different things, it looks like it's the same thing to the end consumer. Just like the word classes. We offer classes. And the other gym offers.
What does that mean?
Right. So what I challenge everybody to do is think about that, and what is the best way, and I'll let you answer this, Randy, that he told us to make something unique for your facility.
Well, like you said, a unique mechanism, or calling it something different. This comes to marketing. Marketing in general, all it is how to position what you are and what you have to your marketplace, right? It's different than selling. Marketing is the beginning of selling. And most people try to sell. They sell on logic. They sell on their services. Literally, I have this class, I've got a 30-minute training session. Well, the marketing side of everything wants to speak to emotions, wants to speak to the things that people are interested in, something different. And so we came up with unique mechanisms, or a different name. I'll never forget that when he said, if you claim it, you own it. And that for us was big, because it allowed us to take a look at what we were providing to the marketplace, give each of those components unique names, and at the end of the day, it was the same service that we were offering, but we called it something different, and it meant something different to the end consumer. Right.
I'll give you guys a good example of this. Orange Theory Fitness, very hot in the market right now.
Perfect example.
What do they talk? What is their message? Well, their message is, we get you results because we put you in the orange zone.
Orange zone, yep.
So the orange zone is, and I don't know, I haven't been to Orange Theory in a while, but is it 80% of max heart rate? Yeah, I think it's 80% of max heart rate. They have a heart rate monitor system, which is unique and proprietary. It changes the color to orange, and that's the goal of the workout. But if you think about 80% max heart rate, that's been around. In fact, if you look at some of the old treadmills, not even old, but in the 90s and in early 2000s, they had fat loss zone, which was about 80 whatever percent of max heart rate. Well, that was a known thing, but what Orange Theory did was they put their flag in the ground and they said, we get results at our facility because of the orange zone. And that was now all of a sudden theirs. They owned it. Even though it was around forever, they put their flag in the ground and they said, we own it. And that's why people get results, or that's what they're telling people in their marketplace. Why they get results with them is because we have the orange zone.
CrossFit itself, CrossFit, the name is a unique mechanism.
Correct.
You know, somebody obviously, they ran with it, they branded it, they made it a franchise opportunity. But at the end of the day, what do they do? It's a functional training, Olympic lifts, high intensity. There's nothing unique necessarily or different. They didn't bring this whole proprietary workout program to the marketplace. They just called the workouts that they were doing something different, and look at what it did for a brand.
Exploded.
It was huge. I mean, it made fitness kind of, put it back in the limelight for a while.
And cool and fun.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of other things at the facilities, community, and everything else. Don't get me wrong. CrossFit's a great. They did great things, but now when you've got 3 CrossFits all in the same marketplace, and they're all offering CrossFit, how does that person stand out? How does that person get the people to come to their CrossFit versus the other CrossFits on anything other than price?
And other than saying, hey, we offer CrossFit.
Yeah. So what you should do, and really the lesson, the takeaway here is to create something proprietary in a name. Call what you do something different, not necessarily doing something different, because we're not telling everybody to go change what they're doing.
Absolutely. It's not, we're not positioning apples and selling oranges. It's just how you carry the information and what you call, what you're highlighting about that aspect. If it's fitness, find that aspect of fitness that makes your facility unique and highlight it. Like you said, put your flag in the ground and make that what you guys run on.
Right. And when you do that, nobody can compete with you, because let's just say, for instance, somebody's going up against, again, we'll bring Orange Theory back into the limelight. I'm not getting results at Joe's Gym. It's because they don't have the orange zone here at Joe's Gym. I need to go over to Orange Theory to get that. Well, Joe's Gym, if this is the example, Joe could be doing the same things as Orange Theory in his facility, but he can't call it the orange zone because the flag's already been set by Orange Theory. And that's why they're driving people into their business, because nobody else can compete with them. They have the only thing. If they just said, hey, at Orange Theory, if they just said, hey, we offer fitness here, it would go nowhere. And that's unfortunately what's happening in the marketplace. Everybody's just saying, hey, we offer fitness here, we'll get you in great shape. But why? What's the unique reason why they're going to get shape with you versus anybody else?
I like this topic too, because it touches on a little bit deeper aspects of marketing. Marketing is not just, hey, having a great offer, throwing it onto a Facebook ad and expecting people to walk through your door. Anybody can set up and run a successful, or not successful, but the process of running a lead generation campaign or something similar. But that doesn't mean people are going to resonate with what you have to sell. This is going to be ingrained into every aspect of that business, because you're highlighting yourself differently, you're positioning yourself differently. That message is going to resonate across your entire brand in everything that you put forth, and it's continually changing it's taking you out of that saturated, we all offer the same thing, and it's giving you something different to stand out in your marketplace. And it works.
And I'll even hammer this even further home. Let's talk about P90X. I like the reason this episode is going to make sense is because you understand P90X and you understand CrossFit and you understand Orange Theory. So we can explain it using those examples pretty well, because now you're going to see it. When I started like opening my eyes and seeing what's happening in the marketplace, intentionally or unintentionally, it's happening. And this is why successful companies get so successful.
Big brands, once you have a Coca-Cola, or once you have a brand that's almost a household name, they never speak to what they are and what they sell. Coca-Cola doesn't say, hey, we're the greatest soda out there.
No.
They talk about the feeling of feeling great, crack a cold one, have fun with the family, going out to a sporting event.
Yep.
Because it's synonymous with what that is offering, what that's providing. It's more than just necessarily the greatest can of soda out there.
Right. But going back to P90X, yeah, it's a good point. Once you get to that point, you don't have to go this way. But going back to the P90X, let's think about what their unique mechanism was as P90X. Well, if you guys remember, it was something that they coined muscle confusion. Muscle confusion. So muscle confusion, coming from the exercise science world, is nothing. It's not even a real scientifically backed principle. It's just what they told the marketplace was the reason why you get results there. I would argue that they were probably putting people in the orange zone more than they were doing muscle confusion for and then again, the orange zone has its own, conflicting science
sure.
back behind whether that's even BS or not either. Anyway,
way,
so they came out with P90X, and granted they were probably one of the first or best to do in-home workouts, DVDs at the time, and now it's all probably online. I don't know, but they came out with muscle confusion. The reason why you're going to get results with us is because we've got this proprietary program that includes muscle confusion, and that's why you're going to get great results. Now, granted, they had, ripped trainers on the DVDs doing the workouts and stuff, but the messaging was muscle confusion. The messaging at CrossFit was the word CrossFit. The messaging at Orange Theory is the orange zone, and you can go across a lot of different brands and see this happening, and all of a sudden, they're not saying we do fitness at P90X, or we're not saying we do fitness at, Orange Theory. They're just saying, what their unique big idea, the reason why I'm going to get results at that place is because they offer that nobody else offers. Boom. Put that on, write that down.
Test it. This is going to be something that you'll notice too. If you're in a town where you've got some one-off competition, let's say, the mom and pop style gyms, not some big box or corporate brands, I guaranteed you start claiming naming your unique mechanisms, your competition's going to take note. Watch. Either they're going to start to use some of those same things, this must be a new fitness thing that we all have rights to, or they're going to come up with some of their own unique mechanisms. This is something that we saw the impact massively.
Yes, we
in the
did.
Marketing, massively. It changed the message entirely, and then things catch up.
Yep.
The marketplace will always respond in time, but you need to have those in order to stand out now. The competition is already there. If you're not bringing something that makes you different than them today, all your competition is, or all your marketplace is doing is shopping value. That's it.
Shopping price.
And you're never going to be where you want to be if you can't sell on anything other than your value.
Price.
Yeah, price, not the actual value.
Exactly. So that's a big message, and it's deeper than just this 15, 20-minute podcast. It's something that I think that you should go back to the drawing board and start writing things down. What do we offer? What can we create here as a name? Just literally just changing the name of what you offer, and then use that in your marketing. I would suggest doing that and looking at what everybody else is offering. And if you're just saying, hey, we offer fitness here, it's time to maybe jump on that probably sooner rather than later, I would imagine. So
that's a nice, easy takeaway that will have you in a better place sooner rather than later.
Exactly.
This is a tangible lesson that you can take today and implement right away.
And do it.
Highly suggested.
Do it.
And again, back to any service-based business, any business with competition. It's not just a fitness thing. That's where we're most comfortable, and that's our home base. But anywhere, you need to separate yourself from your competition in your messaging.
Correct. So that's it for today's episode. If you found value in this episode, I'd love for you guys to subscribe to the podcast. Give us a rating. Give us a share. Share this with other gym owners. We're really trying to grow this thing out, and we're looking to help as many gym owners. We have an internal mission to help gym owners win. That is our goal. And if that's something that we're helping you do, share the message with everybody. Until next time, you can always find us at pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. That's to book a call with us, as well as the book, timlyonsbook.com. I look forward to talking to you guys on the next episode. Bye.